logistics?
Yeah, right.
Find out.
Good morning. My name is Sergeant Phil Curry. Welcome to the New Jersey State Police Log Cabin and Museum and Learning Center for the 2021 Civilian of the Year Award Ceremony. Please rise for the presentations of the colors by the New Jersey State Police Color Guard and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be followed by a moment of silence in honor of our fallen troopers. We will now have a moment of silence in honor of our deceased and fallen troopers.
Detail. Right turn, halt.
Please be seated. Patrick J. Callahan. Administration Branch Colonel Fritz Frage. Homeland Security Branch Commander Lieutenant Colonel Scott Polton. Administration Section Commanding Officer Major Sherry Schuster. Relations and Community Outreach Section Commanding Officer Major Brian Polite. And now I would like to invite Colonel Callahan to
Welcome to the Lauber cabin on such a beautiful day. Certainly congrats to Vince, Heather, and Meredith. The division is comprised of about 4,200 members about 3,000 enlisted, 1,200 civilians. I know the decision was not easy for the awards board, but it's just evidence. Orders come out and we get bounced around, and a new bureau chief comes in, a new unit head. You know, it's those civilians that remain that institutional knowledge and that constant for us. And that's why it's important that we gather to recognize the efforts that I think are above and beyond, and certainly in these three instances. A little bit about the place that you're in. I always introduce what this log cabin is all about. This log cabin came about as a part of FDR's New Deal. It was after the Great Depression, and he was trying to get the economy started up, and he started that CWA program to put people to work. It was a very short-lived program, but out of that program came the log cabin, which served as the academy for years. If you're wondering what the chalkboards are, when that museum wasn't there, that was a big berm, and that's where the recruits learned how to shoot. One of those recruits was my father back in 1960, believe it or not. But the instructors would stand up on those timbers and keep score for the recruits. A lot of people think it was for basketball. It was not. But a special place, a chance to look back is certainly fitting for Vince and all the mechanics. That 1930 Buick is here, and this 91 Chevy, including the Harley, 1921 Harley, federal surplus from World War I, and a 1948 Harley, and I think this is an early 90s Harley, which Terry Carroll was involved in an accident on the Parkway years ago, so rather than put it back in service, we put it over here. But a special day to take just a few minutes to honor those that keep supporting the men and women who wear blue, and whether that's Meredith, keeping violent criminals off the street, supporting our real-time crime center, whether it's Heather, who I knew and was for FEMA, and certainly Vince and his crew. And I'm just so thrilled to see all the mechanics back there. We didn't get a line of credit for cars for 3 years. And I think the people who feel that the most, aside from me hearing it from troopers, is Vince trying to coordinate that effort, and certainly the mechanics that day in and day out come in with one thing in mind: keeping those troopers safe as they go up and down our highways and byways. And that's no small task. So I thank you for that, because that too goes unnoticed, but not by me, and certainly not by the troopers that see you out there every day, making sure that those tires, those brakes, everything about from front fender to back is in working order, so they can go out there and protect the citizens of this state. So I hope you have time today. This log cabin is connected to the museum by our Hall of Honor, which honors our 75 fallen troopers that have been lost in the line of duty in 101 years. So if you have a moment to reflect upon their service, I think it's fitting, and then the museum itself speaks for itself. So 101 years of serving the citizens of New Jersey, and the civilians are as much a part of that as the enlisted. So without any further ado, congratulations once again to all three, and I'll turn it back over to you, Sergeant.
And now for the presentation of the 2021 Civilian of the Year Runners-Up Awards. Would Lieutenant Colonel Frage please come forward to read the commendation for the member of the Investigations Branch.
Outstanding work as an investigator assigned to the Real-Time Crime Center South. During 2021, you managed and produced over 285 projects in the name of crime prevention and public safety. Of the 285 projects, you authored 16 intelligence reports, which are the flagship products of the Regional Operations and Intelligence Center. These reports provide actionable intelligence to decision makers as well as frontline law enforcement. You covered a multitude of topics to include information network subject matter expert for all of the Southern North Jersey, and you are only one of 3 such experts at The Rock. The ability to analyze crime guns combined with the knowledge of your area of responsibility helps law enforcement link investigations, gangs, and firearms. Subsequently, your efforts lead to the identification of small criminal groups who were responsible for the high percentage of violent crimes. These analytics predict the potential. These early warnings provided law enforcement the opportunity to increase public safety posture and mitigate potential acts of violence. Your expertise and tireless work ethic have led to the apprehension of extremely dangerous criminals wanted for murder and other violent offenses. Through your diligence and mastery of intelligence database, you identified crucial pieces of information that were aiding violent criminals in their attempts to elude law enforcement. Due to these efforts, detectives were able to identify involved persons, leading to multiple arrests of those offenders. Investigator 4, Lauber, your persistent and dedicated effort have been overwhelmingly critical to the Division of Public Safety mission, and you have brought great pride and distinction to yourself and to the division. Your commitment and dedication embody the core values of the New Jersey State Police: honor, duty, fidelity.
Investigator 4, Meredith Lauber, front and center. Would Lieutenant Colonel Polton please come forward and read the citation for the member of the Homeland Security Branch?
Heather Pritchett, you are hereby recognized for your outstanding work as an administrative analyst assigned to the Public Assistance Unit. In September of 2021, New Jersey was severely impacted by social distancing, teleworking, and limited social contact with our applicant base. You were instrumental in working with our federal and state teams in developing a virtual protocol which captured damages without making face-to-face contact. You acted as a team liaison to FEMA, providing answers to questions or issues, and communicated that information to our Public Assistance Unit associates in the field. You even conducted your own applicant briefings for Monmouth County, leading to a federal declaration for the remnants of Ida. You were also involved in the FEMA grants portal implementation, interpreting constant changes to the processes supporting to our system. You worked tirelessly to make sure all of the new contractors, state staff, and FEMA partners are on the same page, ensuring transparency while providing proactive resolutions to issues affecting the recovery process. During your service in 2021 as a program lead for the Public Assistance Unit, you have overseen the processing of more than $1.3 billion in federal funds obligated for the COVID-19 response, $24.3 million in federally obligated funds for Tropical Storm Isaias, provided assistance to over 166 applicants for funds for Winter Storm Orlena, and contributed to the processing of more than $700 million in individual assistance and small business administrative loans, along with National Flood Insurance Program claims for the survivors of Hurricane Ida. Your tireless and dedicated work ethic have been instrumental in helping New Jersey with the recovery process from natural disasters and unforeseen public health emergencies. The accomplishments detailed in this commendation are just a small sample of your outstanding work. You have brought great pride and distinction to yourself and the division. Your commitment and dedication embody the core values of the New Jersey State Police: honor, duty, fidelity.
Administrative Analyst 4, Heather Pritchett, front and center. Colonel Hagan, you will please come forward to read the citation for the member of the administration branch.
I left my glasses up here. Vincent Cuomo, you are hereby awarded the title of 2021 Civilian of the Year due to your unwavering work ethic and tireless pursuit to improve the Division of State Police from your position as the Supervisor of Central Motor Pool Operations. During your more than 41 years of dedicated service to the division, you were faced with never-before-seen challenges and obstacles at the onset of COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, the division was suffering from personnel and vehicle shortages. It was imperative during this time that all staff under your command were equipped with the tools and resources needed to do their job, both effectively and efficiently. As an essential employee, you worked relentlessly to ensure that the vehicle mechanics and supervisors maintained the CDC guidelines for social distancing, area sanitation, and the proper use of PPE. In addition, you ensured that the maintenance of over 2,500 vehicles remained a top priority and accomplished this goal by establishing operation protocols for contactless vehicle relays to ensure the safety of drivers and garage personnel. You worked with the command staff and were able to meet the tight vehicle purchasing deadlines when the division was provided with $17.5 million in COVID relief funding to purchase vehicles. Due to your efforts, 389 vehicles were ordered to assist the field operations section with their daily mission. You were also able to secure 4 trucks for the New Jersey Office of Emergency Management Incident Management Team, which helped to further the public health mission by providing a medium for transportation of critical equipment and supplies between vaccination centers and storage facilities. During the 20 emergency lighting packages needed to support the critical mission of the unit. Based on your recommendations, the division successfully ordered 192 vehicles and hired an additional 10 mechanics, vital to maintaining the operational status of the fleet. You are tasked with ensuring that vehicles for the division's personnel in exemplary fashion. Your accomplishments go far beyond what is detailed in this citation, and your dedication and remarkable values of the New Jersey State Police: honor, duty, and fidelity.
Supervisor of Central Motor Pool Operations, Vincent Cuomo, front and center.
I'm not a speech maker. Now I got to find my words. I keep this short and sweet. It's an honor and a privilege to receive this award today. I would not be able to. Dave Simcoe, Steve McHugh, Glenn Voynier, Rick Fee, Bob Dylan, Sean Perry, and John Pacino. I'd also thanks for the support and encouragement of my supervisors, Lieutenant Stacy Lloyd, Captain Jeff Podobecki, and Major Sherry Schuster. They've always had my back. Last, I'd like to thank my family who have supported me in my career in public service. It's been an honor to be a part of the state police for 41 years.
Congratulations once again. The one thing that struck me listening to the citations was all of those things. To the matter is that violent crime still happened, that Meredith supported, that natural disasters and the pandemic was going on, that Heather and her Recovery Bureau supported, and that troopers couldn't work from home, and they needed to be out there. People still called 911. People still crash their cars, and that vehicle is a trooper's office. So I thought of that thread that ran through everything in 2021, but each of you showed up, whether that was from home or whether that was coming in and supported shoulder to shoulder with each one of you and your respective teams. I'm honored certainly to be here today to recognize those efforts. Gorgeous day. Thank you.
Thank you to the NJSP Color Guard and the Superior Officers Association for your contributions. Thank you to Ted Wack for the photos and the photographer.